Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab, and I'm knee deep in my book of Egyptian yoga. We studying God. I give you lesson who is God. Now I'm gonna back it up with what is God, aka the netters of creation. Ooh, this is gonna be good information. Let's rock. Right, isn't it? 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tuning in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking is way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily, excuse me, daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself or self mastery. But my mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do for you. But it's rhetorical. And if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, they're simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right there, because know thyself and to Maya be true. We rock it right now. So I want to get right into. We talked about who is God. Now we want to know what is God, aka the netters of creation. Remember, God is one. You hear netters, that's plural. That means things from God, aka elements, forces of nature. Let's talk about it. That's how creation was made. The netter root. Here, netter is the one. Netter root is the ones that come after. So the goal is to accomplishing this shift in your identity of who you think, who one thinks you really are, who you really is, but is in effect the process of learning to remove your veil of ignorance. You have to become conscious. You have to remove the stigma or the veil of ignorance of not knowing yourself. You do that by getting, studying, practicing the information that you're studying and learning. We call it spiritual disciplines, practicing Maya philosophy, and that will help you. Why? This process of becoming what you already is. You just don't know it. And that's Haru. That's Christ. That's the Buddha. That's the saint. That's the sage, etc. These are all enlightened beings. In their different eras, different cultures, but the same thing. They was all enlightened to who? Themselves, knowing they was one with God. This accomplishment is for all my right thinkers, mostly, and it represents the ultimate, the highest level of bliss that exists. We call it Hotep. That means supreme peace within oneself, satisfaction, knowing you are one with God. You don't need nothing. Your desires are not for anything. You don't want, need, or desire anything. That's Hotep. That's peace. And you can reach that while still alive. That's the personal process. That's the process I'm trying to get my right thinkers to achieve. And it is to be pursued and achieved while one is still in the physical body. You can't do nothing if the physical body don't have a spirit and a soul in it to give it life. After that's over, the party's over for the physical body. It stays here. The spirit, if it's enlightened, goes home. If not, go get another outfit, another body, physical body. The spirit wear physical body like we wear underwear and clothes. Okay? Think about it in that aspect. Why? He may wear it for a long time. It may get old and wrinkled and whatever, but that's his outfit until what? The body ceases to exist and he leave it. And you got one or two choices. You going home or you going to get another body. Don't make a difference to him. But I'm pretty sure the spirit wants to go back home. Okay, so the idea, that's the concept. But this is the ultimate sublimation, the ultimate goal for all human spiritual concept beings. We want to reach that level of Hotep. We call it Nihas, okay? Enlightened. Hotep is being at peace with oneself. And this, okay, you see this bar right here? I want to explain this to you again. I did it before. See this here? This is called you breaking bread with God. In the middle, this is the bar, this is the plate, but this is the bread in the middle. Significant, symbolical of you breaking bread with your higher self. You becoming one with God. That's the supreme peace that you reach as a human being. That's what that sign represents. Now, on the physical level, nature, into the divine nature, within all human beings, Hotep, they take the vowels out and spell it HTP, okay? Is also the same name. You ready for this? This is a good one. The same name as Ptah. You take the A out and it's PTH and HTP the other way. So it means supreme peace. Ptah is the supreme being. You reach him, you reach supreme. Oh, I love that concept. It's supreme level of knowing who you are, being one with what? The supreme being, the self-created one, Ptah. And every other area outside of Memphite, there was Amun and they used Ra. Same concept. Alright, sorry. But it written backwards. Ptah is an aspect of God. Again, the supreme being. I love this. This is why I'm in my warehouse now. I can do this without the book. Why? I know all of this. And he's the one who represents what we call the creative force. He's the craftsman of all things that brings in to creation. He mastermind creation from his mind, the heart, and then he uttered into existence. We had the same capabilities. In that manner, we are in his image, but we're in the flesh like him, self-created in the physical form. That symbol I just told you about of Hotep above, it represents an offering, a mat, with a loaf of bread, aka breaking bread, but it's divine bread. So you're breaking bread with God. God damn it. Excuse me. Ooh, I hate that I got that Freudian slip right there. I've been trying to explain to that for the longest. It's in the center, meaning balance. Everything got to have balance. And it symbolizes what? That the gods are satisfied. At rest and at peace. That's going to the West means. When you pass the scales of Mayat, whatever you did in your life, however it was, all that's going to be put down, and all you got to do now is cruise for the rest of your days, forever. And, excuse me, this symbol is not the peace of solitude. No, it's the peace or silence, but a peace of peace that's born of what? Desires, lessness. If you are God, you don't need anything else. You got everything you need. So which one feels when one has what? All one need. But all your needs are satisfied, that's Hotep. But if you're ignorant and you still desire things that you don't have, you'll never reach that level of self-mastery or Hotep in Nihas. Okay? When you feel all your needs are fulfilled, the only way you can accomplish that is becoming one with God. God has it all. He encompasses all. He don't need, want for nothing. When you become one with him, you become like him. That's the concept. Hotep, supreme peace. You don't need or want for nothing. But this state of mind, and the state of being, does not arise, do not happen through worldly pursuits. Raise your level. But through the intuitional, meaning internal knowledge and realization of one's own true identity, aka the self. Then there will be no mental agitation, mental reservation, or mental hesitation due to what? Worldly and earthly desires or your psychological needs because of your ignorance, which most people mistakenly try to fulfill, not knowing that things in the world ain't gonna make you happy. It won't get you supreme peace. Studying, practicing what you're learning, living right will. And they told you through interaction with what? The world in the state of Hotep. Meaning, when you reach peace within yourself, the world don't bother you. Jesus told you what? Be in the world, but not of it. I got to live with y'all. I got to deal with ignorant people, but I ain't got to be ignorant. My mom said, we come from the hood, but you ain't got to act hood. Ghetto, I used the hood, but same concept. You are who you are when you come from, but you ain't got to act like it. Moving on. Church told me, my Christian-based church said, I'm more Christian than most Christians. Why? I'm faithful and true and I'm honest. Okay, that's what the right thing is. I practice a philosophy that holds me accountable to do that. So I can blend right in with y'all. Why? Y'all do the same thing. That's what they telling me. I appreciate that. Why? They recognize that. I don't go to church professing right thinking. I go to church to be a Christian. But I have my own philosophy that I live by. One second. Yeah, excuse me. Again, in the state of Hotep, supreme peace, there is fulfillment regardless of your affairs in your personal life. Hotep is what's going on inside you. Outside world don't affect that. That's what they're telling you. And we all know that there is one God who manifests in many ways. Again, understand this. The netters with an S, that's the cosmic forces, the air. All those is cosmic forces, water, earth, all those elements and forces that God emanates and are within us. The same cosmic force that's in the universe resides in us and in all that is seen and even unseen as the children of God. That means we are one family, spiritual. We are one spiritual family, brothers and sisters under the one God. We have their powers. Yeah, we're in his image. We have the ability to create from a thought to the heart to others out and to make it manifest. That's what we have in common in the image of God. Know that the same power that's in the cosmos, again, is also in man, you and me. So, therefore, as we learn, and that's the problem, we learn about the cosmos, we learn about ourselves. Watch this. And the more we learn about others, the more we learn about ourselves. Again, why we are all one. And the Egyptian proverb says, and this is my favorite, this is classic, make yourself the object of intense study daily, and you yourself will discover God. Take that, put it in your pipe and smoke it. If you take that concept and put it to use, you will end up finding and knowing yourself and God to be one. They've been saying that for the longest. You have to make that known for yourself. Become conscious, okay? A coveted experience, we call it the mystical experience, is at the end of your physical life on earth, is the complete rejoining with what? The absolute. If you live a righteous and virtuous life, you will go home back to your maker. That's been the concept since forever. And every religion professes the same thing. That's my point. And we've been telling you this for generations. Again, here you are. This journey that we have in the physical world, when it ends, your spirit has an option. Go home or go get another body. That's it. You shouldn't worry about the spirit. Why? You got your own self to worry about. That's why you responsible for what you say and do. So you shouldn't worry about with the spirit. No. You got your own. And that's what the I, an individual, means. You believe and think your ego personality is. You got to go past that. You're not just a human being. You're not just a physical body. You are divine spirit beings having a undivine human experience, okay? But again, it says here, the universal Ba. That's the one spirit that's in everything. Again, understand that. That's God. We call him the netter. Everything after him and of him is the netteru. He is known as the supreme being to continue our journey through eternity. He's going to be forever. Again, that's God. That's the Spirit. When we come here, we have a test to see if we can get back to where we come from, God. Okay? When we break it down, everybody got a different philosophy. Everybody got this. It's fine. But for every individual, they got to find their own way. I found mine. I know mine. I'm just trying to help you along the way. Some people find their way and just do them. Don't care about somebody else finding their way. I don't know why I decided to teach this, but yeah, I'm in it to win it. So my job is to get those who I can to know themselves. That's it. And with the phrase from Malcolm, by any means necessary. I'll put out all the stops. I'm the ultimate conceptualist. I'm trying to get a concept to make my point, try to come up with ideas and analogies of my own to make my point, to get my point across, to get you to understand what? To know you. Let's go. I ain't done yet. And in chapter 17 of the book of Coming Forth by Date, from 5,500 BCE, it is explained that all the gods, the netters, including Asar, which is the first spirit made matter, man, physical, was him, Asar. So as his spiritual children, that's us, Haru, the spirit that's in me and you from Asar. And the great God, that's what? He's the God that's inside the who? The common folk. Not the muckety mucks, not the uppity aristocrats. No, the poor people, less fortunate. Okay, the slaves, the Christians, y'all got Baptists. Y'all crying to God, begging for God, praying to God to get y'all a situation. They've been doing this since forever. We, the original of the God concept, didn't have that problem. Okay, we lived in harmony with God. So we've had a harmonious lifestyle for thousands of years. So the common folk had a chance to experience God for themselves. And it's really just what? One God. Not because you're rich and famous, you got different God than I got. Not because you speak a different language, your culture's different, you got different God than I got. No, your God should look like you. That's the first thing, and that's okay. But everybody has their right to have their own God. Black people, how did our God get white? Anybody who would steal somebody's God identity, we was commissioned, they call us Egyptians. Okay, they gonna call us what they want to call us. They took our gods and made them theirs and put it to the world like they started this thing, knowing they didn't. They call liars. That guy we got in the White House right now, liar. That skin tone tells me you are a liar by your nature. Okay, you're a deceiver. Okay, you're greedy. You're egotistical. You're everything that the black people are. So you're the opposite of us. You're in opposition. We're divine. We're God's chosen people. Y'all are the devils. Okay? Don't get it twisted. I ain't a Muslim and I ain't with the Islamic philosophy of calling a white man a devil. I call you a devil because I know what a devil is and I know who you are. So, really, we only got one God. So how do we get this white guy, this Christ, this white man? Moving on, I just had to put that in there. But we talking about knowing God. One God, Ra. That's the God's calling card. God is invisible. You can't see him. So Ra is his calling card. Ptah, the last part of the Trinity of God, is the manifested in the flesh. That's us, the word made flesh. Tuh, that's us. So, excuse me. Further, it states that there are benefited who do what? Achieve what? What you get the benefit? If you achieve communion with God, Asar, your Father, the great God that's inside you. That's the spirit that we carry, Haru. Okay, and our job is don't let the ego defeat us while on earth, while you're living. Why? It's some place we're going that the spirit goes that the body can't. We talk about that later. But we had it. See this guy right here? This is the zoomorphic form of Amun. Okay, Amun Ra. And it's all philosophical, metaphorical, but we gave him an identity. Ra, we call him Ra and Ra Harati. Ra Haru, okay, are the name that was given to the who? The nameless one. He's nameless, so we gave him a name to identify God, Netter, the all-encompassing. And then a later Egyptian times, the dynastic period, its association with the sun disk. That was God's calling card, sun disk with the dot in the middle, okay? Give a concrete visual, the vision, we can see now, image of what the purpose of public worship for all those who wanted to worship, that sun was there. Or they were sun worshipers, still are. Mm-hmm. If you didn't worship that, you didn't respect it, you don't understand who that is, you don't know who that is, okay? But in the hieroglyphs, to the left, you had Ra Harakti, that's Ra Haru. It's shown holding an ankh, the symbol of life. I showed you that picture with Ptah, with the two ankhs. There you go. This picture here. That's Ra Haru. Okay. Why? That's Ptah Haru. Ptah Haru with the Wajet staff holding an ankh in each hand. Most I usually see all of them, they got the ankh in one hand and they got the staff in the other. No, he got ankhs in both hands, okay? Double up on you. He got life in both hands, okay? That's the concept. But I just showed you a picture of him. Let me break it down for you right quick. The netter had one flag, the symbol, okay? This is the symbol, hieroglyphically. This is how they wrote God. God, the netters, this is God again, and this is the life, the ankh that they give. Break it down for you right quick. Those are emblems. Souls, which is called Haru, which is our spirit, that's in me and you, was the sun, are of the same nature, since what? They come from the same place, the spirit and the soul, where the Creator molded molded them. Y'all heard this in the book, in the Bible, nor male or female are they. Sex is a thing of bodies, not the soul. The spirit don't need a sex. Why? It ain't gonna have procreation. It ain't gonna do nothing. So it don't need a body. Okay? It don't need a sexual identity to identify. Sex is for the body. Excuse me. Okay. I just showed you a picture of Amun. The Egyptian creator god, Amun, also spelled Amen. That's what we said at the end of the prayer. And sometimes Ammon, still Amun. But you see him depicted in the form of a ram-headed human. Amun was represented first without form as the hidden force. Again, the hidden one. And the creating and supporter of all things. To be visible, we put that sun up there. And then as the ram-headed human, as above, and the finally, in the full anthropomorphic form, that's what you see him as. In all forms, Amun wears his characteristic headpiece. The headgear was important, with the sun disk in the middle, which represent Ra, and the two plumes, which represents Haru and Ptah. If there was women, it would be Aset and Nephthep. But here in the spiritual concept, is Haru, which is spirit, and Ptah is made spirit, made flesh. Okay, they come together. Thus, you got Amun, who encompasses the qualities of Ra, Haru, and Ptah. Hence, the title Amun, Ra, Ptah. Ptah is the spirit made flesh. That's why we call it Haru. 3 in 1. I was 1, I became 3. The ram is also a symbol of the human soul, Ba, the Ba. Therefore, the true identity of every human soul is not the individual ego that we portray set. No, that's not the true self. That's the ego self. That's who we identify with. That's not who we are. But Amun is the universal Ba. So the true identity of every human soul is not his ego self, but Amun, the hidden universal self. The casual, when I tell you, you go to that beach sleep, you go meet Amun. He's a witness. That's where you go hang out with him just to get a taste of what it's going to be like forever. Okay, that's the lesson. I got to go right now. I'll be back with some more. Oh, I'm far from done. We just get started. I got to go take care of some business. But right now at the end, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I've never done my right thinkers who now understanding who the gods and the net of creation better for themselves have passed away. Don't die ignorant. We're born ignorant. You should not die. That means learn, study, and practice the lessons, spiritual discipline that I give you on a day-to-day basis. Trust me, it works.